As I was saying, welcome to the ModMyMods news update. Have you ever had one of those Fridays where everything seems to be working, everything seems to be going great, and then everything just sucks right before you go live? Like everything, just awful. So the camera decides it's not going to output clean audio or clean video for that matter. And then, well, we're having issues with Discord and getting our guests on today. That's always great too. That's not fun. And then, on top of that, I forget one of the main things that I want to actually share with you guys today. So, I'm just up to my neck when it comes to everything. Unfortunately, I just now was able to update all of the titles and the information and all that stuff. So sorry if it's late. Sorry I'm taking so long to actually get going today. Hopefully, we actually have some decent stuff for you. Because again, we have a fun little segment today. I think it'll be fun. So I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm disgusting. But hey, you know what? Somebody else is hot and sweaty and disgusting too, and that is my good friend Jeff, all the way from the Netherlands. Jeff, thank you for being here this afternoon. How are you?
Hot, sweaty, and disgusting.
Hot, sweaty, and disgusting. I mean, you know, that doesn't... That pretty much puts how this Friday's been going. But it is 32 degrees Celsius inside of my my office here. How is it at your place? Is it extremely hot?
28 C or something?
28.
29-ish.
Oh my god. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's
well,
way too hot.
Yeah. I appreciate you being on today. You know, I know that you guys typically have a little bit later start than we do, but I know I appreciate you and the lady letting you be on today. So we have a fun little new segment that we'll get into in a couple minutes here. But I wanted to take a look at 2 or 3 things that I did see on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. Mostly the thing that I saw yesterday. If you take a look, I'm wearing my NASA shirt, and in lieu of that, I wanted to actually share the launch if you guys didn't get a chance to see it. This is actually the NASA paired up with who is it? ULA, that's who it is. ULA Atlas V, that's the rocket that they're going to be using, or that they did use yesterday. The importance of this rocket, and the whole reason why I enjoy watching this particular launch, is that they put a new rover together, a new lunar rover, but instead of it going to the moon and roaming around on the moon, this one is actually going to go all the way to Mars and roam around on Mars, which I thought that was pretty neat. It isn't expected to actually arrive until next year, February, I think is when they were saying. But it was neat to watch this actually go into orbit, and they actually, you know, they did most of the stages throughout the entire thing. But again, you know, the fact that we've now made rocket launches a everyday type of occurrence, or every other day, at least once a week type of occurrence, it's pretty cool. Maybe there is hope for society after all. I don't know. What do you think, Jeff?
Good question.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But this is on the NASA website. It's on their YouTube page. You can go ahead and take a look at that and you know, tell us what you think and what you thought. But I thought it was kind of neat, kind of cool to share it. They cut to a simulated image, and this is actually what's happening with the rocket real time, you know, with the information being beamed back. Obviously, you can't really see it because it started to curve around the edge of the Earth, and obviously we don't really have video cameras that are that good to continue following it for extended periods of time. But you can see all of this on the YouTube page, NASA's YouTube page. They got some subscribers. Surprised we're not subscribed, but we are now, so pretty sweet. On top of that, I wanted to share with you guys that we do have a builds.gg page. Jeff, do you have a builds.gg page?
Oh, yeah, I do.
You do? Perfect. What's your username on builds.gg?
Probably Jablop.
Job
I
low?
think.
Okay. All right.
Give me a sec, I'll check.
Well, Jeff builds obviously some pretty incredible builds. He's got that crazy desk PC that he's sitting at now. The one behind him, obviously, that he built for the missus. But we are slowly adding up different builds that we've done over the years. Right now, we have the Lake Effect build. That's Joe's, the flagship PC that we started with. We've got Brony's build that we put together, and then we have the Eiskreislauf, der Eiskreislauf, which means the ice loop in German, that we actually use for streaming pretty much every time that we do one of these shows. But we would appreciate it if you go give us a follow, give us a like, comment, whatever. I am slowly adding, again, all of our builds that we've done over the years and slowly building it up, slowly getting there. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. And I wanted to share you this meme because, when let's try it again. I don't always buy a new computer, but when I do, I spend double what I planned. Is that true, Jeff?
Yeah, or triple maybe.
I mean, I know that the prices of monitors have kind of gone up quite a bit. So that being said, you can spend $1,200 on just a monitor, or more. But again, I thought I would share that with you. I thought that was kind of cool, and again, I didn't really know what to think about that because the more and more I thought about it, the more and more this meme speaks to me quite a bit because it never goes as planned and you always end up spending more.
And then you get into a fight with the wife and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta wait, you gotta pick your battles, right? And you do it one piece at a time, and hopefully you do it fast enough that things don't go obsolete too quickly. So the other thing that I wanted to show you guys today, well, on top of the new segment here that we got going, which is going to be pretty cool, I got an awesome little package. So that means it's time for what's next. To be honest with you, that doesn't have audio, and apparently it doesn't really have audio. I'm not really sure why. It was supposed to. Again, I don't know. Things have just not really worked out as well as I thought they would have. Jeff is huge. He's not supposed to be massive, but I like him being that way. See, there we go. And my lower third is missing, and the layers are all out of whack. Man, it's just been a hot Friday. Call that a hot Friday. So let's take a look at what is in this box, because I thought I would share with you guys something that a good friend of mine actually built for me. He was bored at work the other day, and he was going through some spare parts. And, it did have audio, and it was loud. Huh. None of, what's funny about that is that none of the meters on my side of things showed up at all.
I couldn't hear it.
And I couldn't hear it either. So, man, what a fantastic day today has been with everything just working so well. Everything's just gone exactly to plan. So, let's take a look and see what's inside of this box here. I wanted to show you guys.
Maybe you should turn around to 13. 31? 13?
I don't know. The cool thing inside of this box here, I'm actually going to go to a 2-box here so we can actually see what the heck is going on. Inside of this box, what I have is a makeshift lightsaber. It's actually pretty cool. Jeff, I'm going to put it on just single for a second here so I can show everybody. This is actually built by my friend Brennan, a very good friend of mine, and who has been finding all sorts of odds and ends and really random pieces that have been left over at his shop. And have been basically putting together these crazy little setups here. This isn't the first one that he's built, but to be honest with you, it looks pretty damn good, especially for just being spare parts. I mean, obviously you got some grease nipples here and a whole bunch of different O-rings, and that's a collet for machine, and there are all sorts of really cool stuff that's inside of this. But I wanted to show you that, and at least show you the quality that he put together. Lifesaver, is that what I said? Did I say lifesaver? Those are the edible things, or the things that you grab onto when you're too fat to swim out in the ocean. No, lightsaber. Sorry. This is a lightsaber. Thought it was pretty cool. Again, that was what was in the box. So, that being said, just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, I thought that was pretty neat. Again, thank you, Brennan, Sir. I appreciate it. This is really, really awesome. I'm going to hang it up on my wall here somewhere, or probably put it in the back, or, I might even just set it right on top of that PC right there. That's good. I think that's good. All right, so what everybody has been waiting for. What everyone has been waiting for. Even Jeff. Jeff has been talking to me for almost an hour, and he's been listening to me struggle and laughing and having a good old time. But today, it is time for the showdown. Today's showdown. Let's see if it's gonna mess up or not. Hopefully, it had audio. I think it had audio. Maybe our lovely chat room can tell me. Again, thank you everybody for being here in the chat. Today we have a new segment. It's called the Shadow Showdown. Yeah. If I had like tonsils or like a whole bunch of mouth, stop making fun of my headgear. Seriously, guys. All right, the setup showdown. Today we have the setup showdown for two different people. This is actually brought to us by our good friend Travis, who is over at Shellback Tech. Now, the whole battle per se, it's more of like a constructive criticism, compare and contrast, pros and cons, that type of thing. We're not trying to knock anybody on their setup or anything like that, unless you're doing something really silly. But to be honest with you, what we want to do is we want to compare and contrast and talk about two different setups that we have here. And the first one, starting with Travis here. What he has is actually a whole bunch of really, really cool goodies. So let's take a look at what he has for specs, first of all, and then we will go back and take a look at the setup again. His setup actually includes one of the new AMD Ryzen 9 chips. It's the 3950X. He built it inside of the thermal tank View 51 Snow. It's got all sorts of crazy water-cooled goodies. It's got the MSI 570X. Sorry, X570. The Meg. I think that's short for Megalodon, but I'm not really sure. I could be wrong.
I think it is.
Yeah, right? That's what it is? It's the shark?
Yeah.
Or is it the character from Family Guy? I'm not sure. It's one or the other. But he's got the Meg in there. He's got, which I didn't know this, he has the Hydro 1000-watt modular power supply from FSP, which, if I'm correct, I think that's a water-cooled power supply. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's hydro, so it should be.
I think so. Hydro usually means water, right? So I don't think you're...
Yeah, it has like the bits power block on it.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. He's got Ballistics Gaming, 64 gigs of 3600 megahertz RAM in there. He's got some SSDs. Yeah, I think this is a pretty legit setup. Now, obviously, he builds all sorts of crazy builds for disabled veterans and for first responders and stuff like that. But it really is some pretty awesome stuff inside of there. So let's go back and take a look at the setup here. I guess let's go one for one, right? I'll pick one thing I like and one thing I don't like, and then Jeff, you can do one thing you like and one thing you don't like, and then we'll move on to the next one. We'll actually ask our viewers and see what they say. So, Jeff, why don't you go first? What's one thing that you absolutely like about this setup?
Yeah, it's like nice. It's all together. You can grab anything you like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see anything like really weird.
Mm-hmm. I agree. One thing,
maybe
you're nitpicky.
Pull down the top screen a little bit.
Okay. All right. I would probably agree with that. One thing I really do like is all of his memorabilia that he's got around the room. You know, obviously, I know that that's kind of like his office and his workstation and stuff like that.
It's
and
maybe a bit much.
Yeah, it might be a bit much, but to be honest with you, I kind of like it. You know, it shows that it's like a real setup. You know, like a lot of the times that you have, like, I mean, if you look at my setup and your setup, you have stuff on the wall and you have stuff, you know, behind you and another computer and all sorts of other stuff, and that kind of shows that you're like a real person, you know. So I kind of like that. The one thing I don't necessarily care for is the vertical monitor. Now I don't. That's just personal preference. I have no.
Yeah, maybe if you like Reddit a lot.
Yeah, if you're doing Reddit or if you're doing live streams and stuff like that, and really need to see the chat going constantly and things like that. Totally, yeah, chat monitor. Totally get it. Totally understand. I just would rather have a big monitor off to my side. But again, that's total personal preference. I still think this is an awesome looking setup. And I mean, you know, I mean, the build and everything that's set up there. And you got one of the Erosi chairs, which are supposed to be super comfortable and support one of the big fat guys like myself. And one of the that's a custom keyboard, or at least I think those are the pudding keys on that keyboard there. I could be wrong, but again, very, very cool setup. Let's just take a look at the specs again, just to be sure. There were a couple things that I forgot to talk about. You got the AM4 block from Aqua Computer with the Next RGB D5 pump, which is actually really, really awesome. And then you also have the Thermaltake C Pro fittings. To be perfectly honest with you, I absolutely love the Thermaltake C Pro fittings. I know everybody kind of bashed them. Well, bashed Thermaltake when they did the whole aluminum thing, which for good reason. But these C Pro fittings are dope. They're fantastic. They're awesome to work with. And then he obviously did his own custom sleeved cables and custom etching on the actual rig itself. And then he's rocking the ModMyMods red UV coolant. Pretty dope. Pretty cool. So that's setup number 1. Now let's take a look at setup number 2, which is also built by one of our awesome friends, Jonathan, from the great up north in Montreal, with Brain Tech Society. He actually put this together. This is his personal rig, just like Travis's personal rig here. You may have seen some of these computers floating around. That particular one that's sitting there is the Cosmic build that was on display at CES, and also at DreamHack Montreal. But this is his setup here. He's rocking the... Let's take a look at his specs, because if I remember correctly, he's rocking a lot of Thermaltake gear, but some pretty cool stuff here. He's got another AMD Ryzen chip. It's a 3700X. It's built inside of the Level 20 GT that has been modified to hell, let me tell you. It's just been cut up and changed and painted and powder coated and all sorts of stuff. He's also rocking the X570 Master from Oris with a 1080 water force card, a whole bunch of Thermaltake stuff, the Tough RAM, E50 watt power supply, terabyte SSD, a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff. And he's also rocking the Thermaltake C Pro fittings as well, which is pretty cool. Again, have you used those C Pro fittings yet?
Not yet.
No, you haven't? Well, we gotta get you
I
up
need
there.
to.
Yes, yes, you do. It's one of the first fittings that I've actually seen that's like good, and it doesn't like slip out and that type of thing. You know, you really got to yank on the thing to actually pull it out, which you know you never want to pull out, but you want to make sure that they're on there nice and tight and fit. And they come apart in 3 different sections, which is relatively cool and unique when it comes to fittings like that. But he also used...
I will have to check them out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I have one. Maybe I can show it to you on the show next week or something that I can actually pull apart, show you how it goes, like a 3 different piece section there. But he also built a custom power supply shroud and a couple other things, you know, using the Thermaltake stuff and the D5 pumps and that type of thing. He's also rocking the UV purple that we made for him and UV blue coolant. That's the ModMyMods mod water, which is pretty cool. So again, I thought that was a pretty neat little setup. Jeff, what do you think? One thing you like, one thing you hate.
I hate the nano leaves.
Oh, the ones that are on the wall?
Yeah, sorry.
I understand. I get it. They can be distracting as hell. One thing you like.
But the setup I do like. Maybe a bigger monitor.
Mm-hmm.
But how the placement of the case, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm. I
will play some games over there.
Yeah, Absolutely. I have actually played some games over there, and it's a nice little setup. I'm not gonna lie.
Awesome.
He's got one of those vertical monitors again. I don't know what you guys like about those. Again, just personal preference. I like a standard 2 monitor right next to each other, but hey, that's whatever, man. It's okay because that's your setup, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But what I actually kind of do like is his color scheme, because he's got the whole purple and blues going and stuff like that. Again, the nano leaves are probably distracting as hell, but the colors around everything else I think look pretty neat. Now, to be honest with you, I wanted to ask. I don't know if Jonathan's actually in here or not. But those RGB mouse pads, right? Are they distracting as hell when you're playing games? Do you just turn them off so they're not RGB anymore? Because to be honest with you, that's kind of what I would probably do. I mean, I can't imagine it actually being. I mean, like, does it like light up red when you get shot in the head? No.
It would be pretty cool, but
I mean, that would be kind of
then
cool.
again,
I mean, I'd be pretty pissed though every time everything turns red, you know. The vertical monitor is only useful for chat monitoring while streaming where gaming is concerned. I totally understand. Jonathan, I don't look at my mouse pad when I play. All right, valid point. But I mean, like, it's got to glow a little, but
well, when you die and you get disappointed, maybe you look down and then you see it.
when you cry because you've been shot too many times and you're just all sad about it and stuff. And the second monitor on the desk doesn't fit. That's why it's vertical. Well, thank you. At least, you know, there's some sort of justification for it there. You know, again, I understand. I understand the whole streaming and chat thing over there. I get it. I do. You know, if you don't have the desk space and that type of stuff, I totally understand. I totally get it.
How's the chair?
Yeah, actually, I think that's a thermal take. I think it's a fat guy chair. If I don't, yeah, don't forget, I'm a real gamer, he says. That is true. I will say that Jonathan is actually extremely good at gaming. I know that Travis is actually really good at gaming too. I've seen him play Division 2 and stuff like that, and he's nasty. He's good at it too. I'm trying to find what chair Jonathan has. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah, how is that chair? You said after like 2 years, you said it was pretty much brand new still, but that is important. It's the X-Fit model, yeah, right? Extra fat. I mean, fit, right? That's what it stands for. Extra fat model. Is that true? I don't know. Well, between the
Probably.
between the two setups, these are actually really, really awesome. Especially because, you know, from Jonathan's build that is obviously a little bit different to Shellback's build, which is awesome and incredibly different as well. They really have some awesome stuff. Now, Travis, you have the Rosie chair too. If you're still in the chat, which chair is it? I don't remember which one it is, but kind of what I want to go through is because these two systems and these two builds and these two setups are freaking awesome. So I don't really want to compare the two. I kind of want to compare the chairs because the systems are dope. The setups are dope. Let's nitpick on these chairs for a minute. All right, so Jonathan said it's the X-Fit model, which is actually the smallest one. So that does not support a fat guy like me, unfortunately. But the Vernaza, yeah. Okay, so Vernaza is the one that he has here, that Travis has, that you see there. That's in the Rosie Vernaza. I don't think I could ever get, sad of saying that. It's kind of like they had a really good job, whoever did their marketing, with the names of their products, like the Kelowna mic. You know, there's so many puns you can do with that. My Kelowna. You know, I mean, there's so many different things you could just run with that. And like Verrazana, sounds like Romero Verrazana up for the pitch. And just a bit outside, that'll be ball 4, and he's going for a walk to first base. You know, that kind of, I don't know. I always love names and how they name their actual products. You know, like
Yeah, well, names sell.
right, exactly. I mean, the Noble chairs. What do they got? They got the Epic, the Icon, the other one that's really expensive. I don't remember what it's called. But they have like these really strong, crazy names, you know.
Little crown on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. So the marketing for that is pretty awesome, and I think again those are pretty cool things to take into consideration.
Don't compare it to Thermaltake, please.
What, the C Pro? Don't compare it to Thermaltake, please. All right, fine. I guess we won't. Well, I think that these two setups are pretty awesome. I'm actually going to ask the chat what the chat thinks about the two setups, what you guys love, what you guys hate. You know, obviously hate's a strong word. That's not really, you know, we don't really hate. There's no haterade around here. We pull out the band.
Which one
for that.
do you like best?
But which one do you prefer? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like Travis's, but I also, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I do like. I got Jonathan's too. Now, I mean, you know, that's a tough call. I'm not really sure. You know, I like them both. They're both good. You know, cherry's first favorite, but blueberry's second favorite. But if, you know, there's no cherry snow cone, then I'll have blueberry snow cone. But they're both good. I don't know. Whatever you guys think, I definitely think it is important to discuss it because, you know, obviously we're trying to open up this to being a contrast and compare and contrast type of segment, you know. I got Tiramisu Square. Nick, hey, thanks for joining us. And I got Zach. I honestly didn't even see you here. I'm sorry, Zach. Should have said hello earlier. And then sometimes, for some stupid reason, the whole Facebook chat thing is not coming up in Restream because, you know, today's just been a great Friday with everything working just perfectly. It's been grand. So I don't even know who's saying what. For some reason, Jonathan is actually the only one that's popping up and I can see their name.
Yeah, same over here.
But then I have all this other stuff. But I do see
and Peter.
Peter, I don't even see that. I don't see, you know, I didn't even see that either. Ugh. Oh well. Well, thanks again.
He has a last name as well, but I'm not even gonna try.
Oh, yeah, P.A. We'll call him P.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will work.
Go ahead and try and pronounce that last name. You probably won't. Not gonna happen. It is Sean. Oh, Tristan's here as well, Mr. Smart Southern Solutions, who has also worked with us, and we've hung out with him a bunch. I'm going to go through. Thanks for being here, obviously, everybody. I kind of want to, you know, see what we can come up with when it comes to this. It says, I love my AK Racing SX. Some of those AK Racing chairs are actually supposed to be really, really, really comfortable. I don't know how...
I had one. The fat guy chair.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah?
But it was way too big, but it was comfy. That's for sure.
Well, maybe you need to bulk up a little. Maybe that's what the problem, you know, add a little weight like this guy here, you know, and then maybe you fit in there a little better. I don't know. I'm kidding.
I don't think we're that far apart.
Well, I'll have to take a look at that chair from AK Racing. Mine has a neck pillow that fits around your neck just like an airplane pillow. Oh, so it's got like one of those. You can fall asleep like this.
Like half donut thing.
Yeah, the half donut. Yeah, the donut with the bite out of the middle. I don't know. A Rosie is similar to what you're sitting in. Well, no, yeah. See, that's not 100% true, John. Because I'm gonna agree to disagree with you there. Because I know that I've sat in a Rosie chair that like I sank into, and it just like it gobbled me right up, and I didn't want to get up. So. Travis says that Jonathan's has more bling. That's Jonathan's right there. I would agree with that statement. Why is there no maple syrup and whiskey in Jonathan's? You know, that is a very true statement. There should be a maple leaf somewhere. But again, he's in Montreal, so it's like, it's not really Canada. I mean, it is Canada, but it's like that other part of Canada that's its own thing because it's in Quebec. So, but yeah. The first one, because I personally don't like the curved desk. Okay. Which one is that? Okay, so there's the... I see. Okay, so that one kind of has like a little notch out of it. And as the first one has
The
like...
other one is like curved.
Yeah, it's a little curved. Okay. I like him first. I like them both, but I like how Shellback's is extreme person lived in real world tailored to him. Jonathan needs something that screams Jonathan. Like I said, maple leaf, maple sugar coming out of the tap or something like that. You know, I don't know, something. I agree kind of with that statement as well. I think that yes, it does show that you're a real person. Jonathan's is extremely clean. You know. I think it's really awesome. I cannot say enough stuff about Jonathan. Jonathan has some killer coordination and always looks nicer inside the house instead of the garage with the dog. But see, Travis, because you're in the garage with the dog, you get to hang out. And you get to pet the Doge while it sits there with you and you're doing all sorts of stuff. Or just, push the Doge away. I don't know. I understand. Zach doesn't like that we pick on the skinny guys. Well, it's not that we pick on you. We're just jealous of you. Okay? That's all. I want to be able to go down a 30 rack of beer and not gain a pound. But unfortunately, that don't happen. So, there's that. Captain says, they're both great. What I like is not only are the computers showpieces, but they're actually using them as working computers, not just for show, and they break them down. I think that is a very, very good point there, Captain.
Yeah, I would agree.
How many show builds do you see that just get built and then they sit? I mean,
almost all of them.
Pretty much, or they get broken down into other builds, or they, and then they have relics of them. There's like a case relic over here, and one with dust collecting over here. I mean, at least the torque build that's behind us ends up getting used for streaming. If we end up doing any sort of game streaming or we're playing a game with somebody, I load it up over there. That way, we have two PCs that can actually work and handle the workload, while you're doing it. I got to send John a pic of the wife's a rosy chair. Yeah, I heard that because I'm still scrolling through the chat here, guys. So pardon me as I slowly catch up here. Casey, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. My cousin Casey is here as well. I got to send John a pic of the wife's a rosy chair because that's like the super soft fabric chair that's supposed to be. I think that's the one that I sat in, and it just like absorbed my ass right into it. But it was just magical. Not that my ass is magical or anything like that. But what I'm getting at is that the comfort level is just unbelievable. So, something to take into consideration. Jonathan, he doesn't like Canada, but even though he's in Canada, he's in that part of Canada that, that other section there. Let's see. If you find a chair that hugs you, you never want to leave it. That's the chair to have. I totally 100% agree. This one here doesn't really, I mean, it hugs me, but it hugs me like a car racing seat does. So I'm like, and I don't necessarily know.
Much.
Yeah, it's a bit much. However, it does have this little, it's got like, I don't know, the lumbar cushion, I guess you could say. That you put in the middle of your back, so you're like kind of sitting upright a little bit more, which I do like. A lot of people don't like them, and they just pitch them.
No, I always throw them away.
Yeah, I always just throw them away. Yeah, so I get that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, so Travis sent me the picture of. Where'd you send it, Travis? Where'd you send it? I want to take a look at this thing, but I don't know where you sent it. He sent me a photo of the wifey's chair, the big fat one. the the big fat chair that you can sit in, and it's nice and big. Oh, it's on Discord. See, I'm using Discord. That's how I get Jeff in here. Can you send it to me? Can you send me a text message? I know you got my number. You can just give me a call, cause he does, cause that's how we roll, you know. Yeah, send it to me. Facebook. Okay, yeah, I can probably manage that. Let me see what I can come up with here. Hold on. Facebook. There it is. Hey, he sent 2 photos. There. Whoa. Yeah, okay. See, we're gonna save that image real quick, and I will show it to our lovely folks here, because I mean that is definitely something we need to share, because that is an awesome looking chair. It is awesome. I know that we're kind of getting sidetracked with chairs and stuff like that, but
people forget how much important a good chair is in a setup.
Right. Again, I think I've said it before. It's kind of like your bed, right? You know, you're not gonna chimp out on a bed. You're gonna buy a good bed that you fall asleep to. So yeah, that is the chair.
The new Logitech chair.
Yeah, the new Logitech chair, exactly. I was actually talking about that last show about the Logitech chair. And, you know, to be honest with you, if it is as comfortable as everyone else is saying, I would gladly spend that much money on it if I could afford it. But that is an awesome looking chair. I'm not going to lie. That's a good looking chair.
With a nice neck pillow.
Yeah. See, that looks like a tooth to me. It looks like somebody, you know.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I don't know. It's not a carnivore tooth. It's definitely an herbivore. It definitely just munches the leaves into nothing. So, but definitely a very cool chair. And again, let's just take one more look at. Actually, well, we already jumped away, but we'll take one more look at the setup showdown, and then we'll call it for the day. I know that somebody said that it was loud earlier. I don't remember who. Again, nothing seems to be working in OBS today. Nothing seems to be wanting to work right in freaking Discord. And then somebody said that they met. Wait, would you message me? Uh-oh, somebody. I can't see this because, well, you know, Restream wants to be a pile of garbage too, and nothing wants to work. Whoa. Okay, I need to share this too. Okay, all right, we'll talk about that. I know who sent that to me now. It's Tristan. The only thing with Shellback Desk is he doesn't have enough space for me. You know how mine looks when it's not clean. Well, yeah, of course, because you got shit all over your desk. I get it. Mine doesn't necessarily always look this clean either. Like this section over here, super clean. The section right in front of me, not clean at all. It's got cables and wires and crap all over the place, in which, you know, that happens, right? Because you're working on it. And, you know, when I'm having to hodgepodge together a video and my Canon camera decides it wants to be a pile of garbage, and now I gotta switch over to the Logitech, and then I gotta disconnect this, and you gotta work with it, right? But I wanted to show off these 2 builds again. This is Travis from Shellback Tech. He does some incredible work. He does charity work for all sorts of people, you know, disabled veterans, first responders, and whatnot. And he really does an awesome job. And this is obviously his personal build. Again, really, really good work there. And then the second one that we had here is our buddy Jonathan from the Great Up North, maple syrup loving Canadian, that also does some pretty incredible work. And we've actually worked together on a couple different things. And again, these 2 systems are really, really awesome. So it's some pretty good work, guys. Pretty good.
Yeah, they both are really good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Good cable management.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. I don't see like any cables. I mean, maybe there's one that's running underneath the bottom here, and then on.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I mean, there's a nest of, of cables that are right here that are unbelievable, right? You know, so, but again, really, really good stuff, guys. That is some pretty awesome stuff, and good work. If you guys, if whoever is watching, if you guys are interested in being a part of what we're doing here, I'm trying to make it So we do like a setup showdown, compare and contrast, happen maybe once every 2 weeks or so. You know, basically I'm going to post something here. You can send me a photo of your setup and what your specs are. We'll give you a chance to actually be on the show, and then Jeffrey and I will actually talk about them, and again, give our 2 cents. Maybe our 2 cents doesn't necessarily matter, but maybe it does.
Probably won't.
Probably won't. But if you guys are interested and want to have your setup talked about, critiqued, shown on the show, definitely let me know. You can either send me a message on Facebook with the photo of your build with your spec sheet. That's fine too. Just send it to the ModMyMods Facebook. That's fine, no problem. Or send it Twitter, Instagram, or if you're from across the pond and it's too late at night and you want to send it to Jeff here, that's fine too. I'm assuming, right, Jeff?
Yeah, sure, man.
I know that he posted something about it, so if anybody wants to contribute to that, that is also very, very cool. Just let me know what you guys want, and we would be happy to get you on the show. So, last but not least, Tristan sent me a message here, and he goes, you need this for your lightsaber. And I 100% agree. I couldn't agree with you more. I think that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen cut. Now, he did it on a CNC machine, which I don't... That's some really intricate cuts, man. You got to be using what?
How big is it?
I don't know. How big is that, actually, Tristan? Because it looks like... I don't know. From the photo, it looks like it's, I don't know, like 12 inches round. What is that? 15 centimeters in your land? I don't remember.
30, sorry.
30? 30 centimeters? Wow,
yeah.
That big? Holy shit. I need a conversion. He has it on the CNC cutting for me right now. Dude, that is awesome. That is so cool. What is the actual total size of it? And 18 inches in diameter. Dude, that's awesome.
That's a lot.
That's huge. So that, and then paired up with this. Yes.
Yeah, maybe a cross of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Lay it right on top or something like that. Or, oh my God, that's...
Yeah, wall mounted.
Yes. Precisely. That is awesome. That is so freaking cool. What's even cooler about this whole thing and the way that this is all tying together is that we're doing a new build. We're doing a build with AMD. We're doing a build for AMD. And we're actually working on some designs for it. The designs are actually going to be... Let's see if I can pull this up here for you. I'll just give you a quick little... Let's see here. Yeah, we'll show off the back. I'll just show you the back so you guys have a quick little glimpse of what I'm looking at here, because the irony of all of this is the fact that, well, we're talking about Star Wars quite a bit. And, well, funny enough, oh, there goes my, yeah, let's change it to that. There we go. Hey, look at that. We're actually going to be working on making the 719 into a crazy Star Wars themed build, and it is going to be all Imperial. It's going to be pretty sweet. So that is all you get for today. That's it. Sorry, had to be quick. In and out, like a fast food restaurant, just in and out. But we are actually working on that, so that is really awesome. Thank you so much, Tristan, for actually doing that. He's using a 1/16 inch mill and a 60-degree V-bit. Holy cow. That is extremely precise type of stuff. So that is awesome stuff, man. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Expensive bits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those aren't cheap bits. And you really kind of, well, if you know anything about CNC, you got to be pretty precise with those, because otherwise they snap real easy.
Yeah.
Speeds and feeds is what our good CTO Josh Judge says. So, and we have crashed one of many bits. That is for sure. Especially cutting.
Yeah, materials and everything makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, congratulations to Shellback Tech and Travis from Shellback Tech and Jonathan from Brain Tech Society. I really appreciate you guys coming on and being a part of this. I know that we need to actually get together, like all of us. Jeff, I need to see you again too, because we've only seen each other.
Sure thing.
Yeah, what was it? Twice? Seen each other twice, and that's unacceptable. You need more than twice.
Yeah, we need to get some pizza in here and have a party.
That's great. We go all the way to Amsterdam and we have New York style pizza. It's fantastic. It's awesome. Well, maybe when you get over to the States and everything, you can maybe bring the missus and we'll have a couple beers and maybe some New York style pizza. What do you say?
Sounds perfect.
All right, cool. Well, again, thanks everybody for joining us today. That will conclude the lovely ModMyMods news update. Hopefully you guys had some fun today talking about the two different setups. Hopefully it was somewhat educational or at least fun to talk about them. And again, if you guys want some sort of setup featured on this, let me know. Send us a message. We'd be happy to have you guys on, and maybe we can even have you as a guest. Jeff, I'm sure, doesn't necessarily always want to talk to me, but maybe somebody else would like to talk to Jeff. That might be possible too. So who knows? Either way, I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe weekend, and we will catch up with you next week. Take care.